All right. Shalom, everybody. Before I get started, um, I'm gonna instruct my children on something, and I'm gonna play this instrumental while I'm doing that. And when I get back, we'll get started because got a little weight to drop. You know what I'm saying? It's new gravity, and the people shall stand. So I hope you can hear the background clearly. I hope it's not too loud or anything. But if it's not clear and if it's too loud, I'm gonna do this with this one, and I'll be right back.
To be free and flexible and creative was really essential to what I wanted to make, and I didn't find a platform that did that other than Wix. Hi, I'm Liv. I run Double Press, a print and design studio in Brighton, UK. I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for functionality and freedom of creation. Everything I create at Double is visual. So for me, those customizable elements like the hobbers and the little animations, the additional bits and coding, the physicality of the actual process of printing really reflects me. From a business perspective, it was really exciting. Directing people to that site was going to give them everything that they needed.
You're all on a Carnival cruise. 7 players, frozen by the fickle hand of fate. Will you call it a night as strangers, or will you close down the karaoke bar later? Share numbers? Start a business? Start a band? Let's find out together.
You keep taking from people and think that somebody's you take other people's portion, this portion will be taken from you. Or some of it. See, these are things that I won't even tolerate among my own house. In my own family. You did? Like that's something we not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? What is really the honest reason, or, you know what I'm saying, for you to go steal or jack your people's stuff when all of you have it? You know what I'm saying? It's for all of you. Yo.
Is this a sound? And everything. I think it's this one. All right, this is gonna be part 2, but I'm taking it on as part 1, and then we'll do a recap with part 2. That is actually part 1. So I'll put this one as the first one instead of the second one, and the other video I did before this as the second one instead of the first one. So it's a reverse on that. But I wanted to reach out to the Arab peoples, right? And I'm not talking about all of you. I'm speaking to those of you who can see there's something not right about this. These wars, politics, religious debates, and separations, traditions. I'm speaking to you Christians who see the same, Judeans, those of you who practice Judaism, which are most of the Hebrews that are knowing today, now that coming to know their identity. I'm speaking to you Indians who know that you have Igbo heritage, that you have Bantu heritage and ancestry within your blood. Same as the Gullah Geechee and Creole, Cherokee and Black Hawk and so on and so forth. Chickasaws, Talking to the people of the clay, the people of the earth, Yereth, right? The whole entirety of the lands. And those of you who are of both heritage of the waters and the earths, okay? Both the ethereal, etheric, and the land, the solidarity of the connection of the two, right? The in between. Because we've all been in limbo too much, and I know people are like, okay, what the fuck is you talking about? What I'm saying is, many of you are beautiful people, brilliant minds. Why not we do something different than the nations before us? In a way that is concrete, you know what I'm saying? In a way that is so epic that it blows minds. Not only blows minds, but it shocks some people so wrong that or so right that they just fall. They just literally collapse because it overpowered them so much. So powerfully that the ones who are wicked will just perish in that collapse. But the ones who are deemed righteous by the Most High Himself will get back up again because we'll help them back up. Let's throw down these traditions and these religions, or the traditions of upholding the agreements and the oaths swore to these religions and these idols. Let us be a nation of people who seek the Most High again, who are willing to break down the altars physically, literally, in these lands, to oppose what He opposes. Many of you have ancestors who have done that, but there's many of you whom your ancestors have lied to you and said that they haven't done that, when there's evidences of proofs everywhere in your own land that has been pillaged because it's not your land. I'm not here to debate. I'm offering the solution of solutions. When my ancestors were forced to either convert or be murdered or raped or eaten, burned, cooked, hung, decapitated, beheaded, pillaged, sacrilege, cities, towns destroyed, women taken into slavery, into the sex farms, forcefully breeding with many of your own peoples, and the peoples who was among these other peoples who pirated the cowboys. The true barbarians are all they who sneer at the poor, you mock the poor, you walk past them blindly and arrogantly, knowing goddamn well you got something in your pocket you could help them with. You probably got 2 houses. You already dealing with relatives who's all fucked up anyway, and they trying to do, you know what I'm saying, they trying to tear it up. Why not trust somebody who look like they don't have anything, or anybody who's willing to do something better, even if they're a different color or race? You don't have to treat them like a slave, but you can try to treat them like a being. Now, I'm opposed to these religions and their morals, not just Islam, all of them, because all peoples have suffered very violently, vehemently, and brutally, monstrously, mercilessly, for no reason, at times. The Caucasoids do it to their own people. They've enslaved their own people. The Arabs have enslaved Caucasoids. They've enslaved my peoples. You know what I'm saying? They've enslaved their own peoples. Which you should be questioned. It is. If their religion is so right, why are they forcing other people to walk in it? You give them a choice. Either you walk in it or you're gonna die. But your ways is not connected to what you call moral. And thinking itself, the thinking is desensitized. It's impractical. It's not reasonable. Example: the Trail of Tears, all the Crusades, the Muslim conquests, Arab slave trade. That all of you Arabs, whether you see it, agree with it or not, you're a slave to it. You're in the same system. Your governments have weapons weaponized opposed to you. Sharia law, for example. Many of you Arab women are brutalized, raped, treated as dogs. Sold as prostitutes, in human trafficking. And many of those of you Arab women who are part of that, whether you hear this video ever or don't, my heart in a way goes out, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High, crying out for y'all, because I know what it's like not to be wanted, you know what I'm saying, not to feel worthy, you know, to be manipulated, used and abused and trafficked, to be raped, you know what I'm saying? To be dogged out, to be put in shackles, to be put in dark, cold places, to be beaten, to be cold, to be hungry, to be starving, to be wondering if you're going to live one second or you're going to die the next, not knowing what's going to come at you next. Where are you going to be shipped to next? How far away are you going to be from a possible way to getting help? 2 cities, 3 nations? Will you ever see them again? Years and years and years and years looking for a ray of hope, and then just finally just fuck it. And settling for that. Don't settle for that. The Most High can save you. The Most High will save you if you throw down your idols, throw down those lying gods, those false libations, those false words, those false testimonies, those false agreements, those false oaths. You're supposed to be way more intelligent than that. If you can build cities like Dubai and work in these industries and stuff to build these things for your governments to destroy you, and you mean to tell me the best that they can come up with is bowing down to a big ass block? When the esoteric symbolism they hide from you all, though. Even in your institutions, don't you think that they give you what they want you to know as well? How can you have a corrupt Arab nations? I can't say that all Arabs are wicked. Just like I can't say that all white people are wicked. Or non-melanated, whatever, beige people. The sandy people. The sandy kind. Yeah. You know? And the same for the copper people, brown people, you know what I'm saying? Earth people, creatures. It's crazy. I sit back and I look, I be like, yo, why would they put, you know, the thing about the ant in these books that they call the Bible, which is Papa Bulls, dumb diverse eyes. It's just two different seasons of it, diversely. You know what I'm saying? Some things that come from the Most High, you'll know by experience, beyond books. You know what I'm saying? Because He gonna make sense of that book for you. He gonna let you know what that book is, all the errors, the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, like thoughts that came from Him that wasn't like, they take it from writings of all kinds. And that book is supposed to bring everybody under one world religion. Islam, Christian Islam. It's still fucking witchcraft. Just like the Judaism, when much my Iburu, Keburu brethren, you know what I'm saying, Hebrew, Igbo brethren, much of my Igbo brethren are foolish too. You know what I'm saying? I have been there. I know what it's like from all ends of those fields. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not for many years like other people in diverse things, but from the experiences I've experienced, especially with the pains, all those people's houses I've been in were Spanish people, Catholics, Christians, Jehovah's Witnesses, people connected to Mormons or Mormons, Freemasons. You feel me? I've questioned many times, like, how can we say that we Jews if them motherfuckers are so wicked? I'm just saying. Because we not all the same. The Most High will say that to anybody. You're not the same. And those of you who've heard this and witnessed this experience of Him speaking this to you, you know. We're the ones we speaking to you all. The rest of the world is gonna, how they perish is gonna, how they're gonna perish. But we don't have to perish like that. We don't have to suffer through that. We have solutions. We're gonna have to put our like you want to talk about real blind faith or real blind trust, like real trust. Look at what these religions have done to each other. Try putting your pride aside just for a moment, non-biasedly, and looking at the darker sides of what used to be conspiracy theories, right? Thoughts to conspire against the wickedly. But how is it you don't know more about your own people? Or how is it that you don't know that you're not even the same people as the other people? Don't you know that Aboriginal Arabs are brown, dark brown to copper colored? Not all of us. We've just been intermingled so much, it's like it's a little bit of everybody and everybody, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? So it really shouldn't even be a such thing as racism like that in that sense anymore. When it comes to the Most High, I can see that being was like, okay, there's the Jew, Greek, blah, blah, blah. I don't agree with the New Testament because I know that's all bullshit. I know that those are people, those are all murderers. As a society of Jesus, the Jesuit order. And all the people's connected to them weirdos. so-called 13, family, whatever you want to fucked up dodos, they is, you know what I'm saying? They 13 families or whatever, if that's only 13. Which in my mind, I feel like I know better than that. These motherfuckers got everybody spooked by a number, 666. Ah! I was. Once, I wasn't, I'm not anymore. Because it's just a number. If it's like that, and it's an atomic number for 6, I think is like, no, wait a minute, I messed all that up right there. Let me stop, because I gotta make sure I get my calculations right in that. So let me not do that example. That's not gonna work right now. But if 6 is a number for man, as one symbology, right? Evidences. I'm gonna need evidences. Because I'm not just gonna follow something because you say so, or because if I don't, then it's a disgrace above all, blah 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 blah. Like, how the fuck do you get chemtrails? If all these other nations are bad nations, then why is there people of all these different colors, all these different nations of people who like have shown support to us, but they don't agree with the same religions, but as beings, they can feel that. You feel me? Get the fuck out of here with this religion shit that has destroyed people for so fucking long. I'm talking to all of us when it comes to that. That's a filthy mindset. That's a beast's mentality. That is a beastly way of thinking. My own relatives, you know what I'm saying? I can't call him my brother because a brother wouldn't call me a beast. You wouldn't label me as a beast, and you don't even know who I am. You've never spent the time to get to know who I am, nor my children. I'm the one that has to speak to my children and say that all these relatives, because we can relate by things we've experienced, you feel me? I cannot speak that we're family. I don't know that. They don't know that. 10 years is a long time to get to learn of something, of someone, you know what I'm saying? And learn more about yourself. You choose not to do that, that's wasting a lot of time. How much damage have you done and don't even know it? You feel me? How much damage does your presence bring to people? Just by your presence being there, and it triggers them, and they don't even know it. You don't even know it. Don't even know that you don't know. You feel me? That's a problem. Some threads gotta get cut the fuck up. Some strings gotta get chopped on the blocks. You feel me? That's a caution sign for real, for real. This ain't no game, though the aim is to treat it like one. Playing chess with the pawns. I'm not anybody's dummy or puppet. Ain't nobody ventriloquizing, or maybe I say that outright. Ventriloquizing. That's what the word I'm using. Ventriloquizing. Because nobody else is using it. Why the fuck not? Nobody's my ventriloquist. You feel me? Because when I say I have a choice to do right, because it's right to do right, I'm learning that, and I've learned much of that, all of that as I'm learning, and continue to learn, and as I will continue to learn as the Most High will. You know what I'm saying? That from fucking up and doing shit wrong to test, to see.
Sephora at Kohl's is having their holiday savings event. Make sure you sign up to be a beauty insider to see which of your favorite products are on sale.
Continue with the music. That's not the right one. But yeah, like, think for yourself. You know, when you challenge those thoughts, when you challenge their thinking, you challenge the belief system, the structure, it fucks you up. It'll fuck you up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you gonna be like, really? Like, for real, for real? You feel me? There's a famous speech. The nation who does not remember the Most High will be destroyed. Doesn't seem like Allah is the way to me. Doesn't seem like Jesus is the way to me either. Jehovah. I don't care how far your scholars say, them people not scholars. The motherfucking Vatican has a whole, 25 miles of library and documents and files and shit like that nobody gets to look at before they become a scholar in certain catechism or certain shit that they have for them to do with their scholarly academics and stuff like that. And I think they had to be the age like 75 to even go and look at that stuff. Nigga, what? 75? You mean years old? Before you can look at 25 miles worth of shit you ain't never know what's even there? Oh my God. Oh, nigga. Oh God. Oh, shit. What? Death to all that pride. Consumed in the fires of the Most High's judgment and wrath. You feel me? That pride, those wicked spirits. Not me. Not the people he's chosen. Because he said a stranger can look. There can be salvation for you for real. And it starts in your mind, your thinking right, coming up out them delusions and illusions. I can see why the Most High will look at other people and be like, shoot, let me see that. I bet you some of them would want to get out of the stuff that they're going through. It's something different too. Oh, but there's evidence of this, even when it don't make no sense, like whatsoever at all, and it's still consistent though. Like, oh yeah, look here, buddy. It's hard letting go of certain peoples and things, but you know what? Look here. Over time, healing, doing the work, it's so worth it. Because those people get boring and they get annoying at the same time. I adored my brothers and relatives and all that. I wanted so much for them. But I wanted that for them. I couldn't form them into this image that I wanted them to be. You know, I couldn't control and manipulate those situations to manipulate their heart enough or in ways to get them to be willing to do what is right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right. You know what I'm saying? I myself was learning. But the fact that I was trying to manipulate environments and situations that I did when I did in those times and ways and things that I did, you know what I'm saying, once in my life, like, it wasn't just one time, but I'm like, at one point in my life, you know what I'm saying, it's like, this journey, I say, like, it yielded the same results, anger, but more. I don't want anger. I definitely don't want more anger because I'm not an angry man. I'm not an angry thinker. Now, I have the ability to be angry, but that doesn't mean that's what I accept. People that accept being angry and like that shit are people who stay around that type of shit. That's why people fucking drink and fucking get drunk and this, that, and the third and pop pills, and many people stay in sex industry, sex kitten programming, because that's the attention they get, and they probably feel like that's all the attention they'll ever get. At least they're getting touched. This is a day Yahuwah fool. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that stuff. And I'm not like welcoming to be like, you know, do this, da, da, da. And not for me or not for anybody. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy women. I really love the creation the Most High has made as is named, you know, woman. You know, females, or the feminine attribute, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but a woman of my own, meaning a woman that the Most High has chosen for me. You know what I'm saying? A woman of shalom. If you're not a comfort at home, you are a threat to your home. You are a terrorist in your own house. If your man cannot find shalom and be in peace, like usually if you're not safety net, you're a problem. There's Arab women that's like this. There's Christian women that's like this, especially, oh my goodness. You ever wonder why they always make them songs when the dudes is like, you know, blah blah blah, and they're like, you know, she was a Christian, and most of them dudes that be singing them songs are full blown Satanists. Like they support like being an adversary to all that is called, you know, life and creation, you know, at their fullest, you know. So it's always the Christian woman, so innocent, so kind, so beautiful. The most motherfucking wildest ones. Some of them. At least some of you Arab women, or I can't say at least. I'm thankful that some of you Arab women have some dignity to yourselves and have some ancient practice of knowing what it is to keep a family. You know what I'm saying? Like in that structural mold, with the order of the man being the head of the house. You know what I'm saying? But how do you deal with generations that grew up with no mothers or fathers in their houses? You know what I'm saying? Children raising children and prostitutes, you know what I'm saying, having children and trying to learn what it is to be a mom, but she's going through what she's going through. That might be why she on drugs or something like that, because she might really be trying to be a mother, you know what I'm saying? Like really making an effort, doing the work to be a mother. And some of them old ways is like being tempted because she needs help. But she don't want to just let any type of other man around her daughters or sons or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or even her. So many people don't get it. They speak, they get it, they really don't fucking get it. You feel me? These are minds of thinking and positions of thinking that I have had to meditate upon for many years over time, diversely, differently, and deeper each time, because the Most High helping me to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not just condemning anybody and everybody because everybody else is because of anger or hatred or extra fueled and extra triggered anger or hatred because of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking hate bullies. Like, that's all it is to it. And how I look at all these wars, the motherfuckers that start them are bullies. If you're not doing it in the name of, yo, we need to give back the lands that are rightfully the people's lands that may not really be our people. If it's not your people, then it's not your people. That flat the fuck out. That's all there is to it. You dig? So you need to be on one accord and be like, yo, I know that we not on the right land, that this is not our land. However, since we've had a lifestyle that's here, is there any way that we could be of service to aiding to the land, you and your people, so that our people may live upon this land as one people, under one maker, for one purpose to function in one accord through this one law system, that we may not utterly perish as a people, that the land may not reject us or neglect us or punish us or other creation or our maker. That but making that covenant and keeping that covenant with every bit in your heart where it's like, yo, I'm so fucking sick and tired of these broken families, bro. And they say people like the new level, new devil. No, I don't gotta accept that bullshit. Hell no. If the devil gonna be under my feet, that motherfucker gonna stay underneath my existence. Do you hear me? Not just under the earth, I'm talking about under existence. I have absolute authority, absolute power, absolute dominion, absolute rulership, because my maker is within me. You're no warrior if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna cower at beasts who do not know adoration. They themselves had to be taught by other nations how to be what they call civilized. And them motherfuckers don't know that they're Seville, Spain, Sevilla. But hey, I'm no Mother Teresa. Meanwhile, you got these wagatrons and these faggotoids out here. I said what I said. You can't cancel me, bitch. They already tried to delete me like I don't know how many times. I can't count how many times. But the Most High said it ain't. That's not my portion. You did. He did say, however, I will fight against those who fight against you, and I will be an adversary again to your adversaries. I don't want pride. I want shalom. I know we can live in ways that's shalom-like among each other with one mind. And the only one mind is the Most High's will, and that's it. And that's no idols, no strange gods, no lies, no thieves, no murders, no slanders, no adultery, secretly or openly. Absolutely not. If one person gets caught seeking to lay with another man's woman or another woman's man, you are automatically excommunicated. And whatever happens to you out there, hey, it is what it is. But it ain't coming here. We have all these children who are tired of being hurt. They don't know who mommy is. They don't know who daddy is. Auntie, they don't. What is that? What is a cousin? The fuck is that? Is that the uncle? No relation. This is why I don't support. I was triggered, but I don't support Black Lives Matter because it's ran by brown people, probably descendants of my ancestors and relatives in that way, and they're females promoting this necromancy of invoking a blood sacrifice that is in agreement with death covenants with these motherfuckers called the Illuminati or elitists, whatever the fuck people want to call them. And these motherfuckers be kidnapping whole peoples and nations and tribes of peoples and taking them underground. That's what the fuck they did in Hawaii after they fucking laser beamed the shit out of them. They probably triggered some volcanoes in the midst of it too, for all we know. They knew what happened, and then hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, are missing. And look here, we know y'all got domes, y'all got underwater bases and shit, underground tunnels and shit all over the motherfucking whole earth. That's why y'all made that King Kong Godzilla movie and shit. Get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit, man. Y'all been telling us through propaganda and subliminal messages since you've been doing it. We know that all the alien shit that y'all talking about ain't above us. It's coming from underneath. Y'all just bringing out shit that we ain't never seen before. But because we can go on YouTube and see all kind of stuff of advanced warfare weapons and stuff like that and shit, like this stuff just now coming out to market for us to be able to possess it. There's other people that already got that shit. You feel me? Weapons, cars, boats, and shit that transform and shit. Like, go on YouTube, you can watch the shit. You can't tell me that shit it's just fucking. You can't tell me that is not real. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. I'm about to play this on this live real quick. Hold up. I said a mouthful. God dang it. But you know, you can see where there's the connections in this, long story short. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, the Aboriginal Arabs were not white people. Y'all white people only look like that because of them pictures I was showing on that stuff, because of the mixing and all that stuff with the tribes and this, that, and the third, and mixing of the slaves and this, that, and the third, and, you know, and all that stuff. And, you know, many people found, as we could say, for lack of better words, adoration or comfort in the opposite nations because of the slave trades too. Many slaves took on other slaves, you know, but they had sex forms too. It wasn't just the Spanish, the Portuguese and all them, and Italians, you know what I'm saying, the Druids and Ashkenazis. It was you brown, deep melanated Arabs too. You white Arabs that are not Aboriginal Arabs to the land, let alone to their traditions of passing the children through the fire as a Molech and all the witchcraft connected to it, and enchantments and death covenants, necromancy, literally. Y'all are that way because of intermingling and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at y'all noses, look at the features of y'all and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? White people fucking try to dominate everything, and those are, you are mutants. You're not 100% mankind. You're a hybrid race, just like all these other Arabs and shit out here are hybrid races. There's many hybrid races. Aboriginal man of the earth is from deep melanated to a copper brown. The people with vitiligo was a whole different species. And you can tell that they're hybrid. You can tell what they're mixed with the fucking with too. You know what I'm saying? Just like you Europeans are a whole different race. You're not Aboriginal mankind. All you Spanish, any and all non-melanated peoples, of all you different kinds of tribes of peoples and all that, nations, all that, you're not mankind. You're a hybrid race. And you're different races of races. There's all kinds of different races in this earth. What they call chosen people is supposed to be the Aboriginal people. And it's not y'all motherfuckers. Just like the Aboriginals to Turtle Island, what they call America, is not anybody who's not melanated. All that gold you have on is our gold. That's our crystals. That's our silver. That's our uranium, mercury that y'all use to weaponize opposed to us. The rocks, all the waters, the farms, that's our stuff. None of that is yours. I don't give a fuck how many ancestors you have on this motherfucker. It's still not theirs either. So you're worrying because you'll never have something that's not your heritage. Go back to where the fuck y'all motherfuckers came from. Go back to your lands where you belong. Because what's happened is y'all motherfuckers are being murdered and herded by the millions by people who's just like you, inheritance, and by DNA. Some a little bit more brutal than you because they lack mankind gene in them. They lack Aboriginal self-control and connection to our maker, designer, a great architect, the All-Father, the Most High, not what these fucking Zoroastrians and fucking Illuminists and all these weirdos we talk about, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about any of y'all strange gods, idols, none of that shit either, and all you other traditions and shit in land. I'm talking about the Most High above all that shit, because all that other shit is just copycat shit, and you can see it. Tales of incest and rape and all that shit. Like, motherfucking Muhammad was a motherfucking, that nigga was fucking, like, he was not right in his mind. He took on 12-year-old little girls, you know what I'm saying? And laying with 12-year-old little girls and shit like that. Like, the whole Arab Muslim thing of how that shit started is there's nothing righteous about it. All of you Arabs may not be like that, no matter what hue or name, color, whatever, melanin, non-melanin you are. Everybody's not, all of you not like that. But you gotta wake up and smell the coffee like, these motherfuckers hid so much of your knowledge of who you are and why the fuck y'all go through what the fuck y'all go through. from you. While they're still doing the same shit they was doing to your people over a millennium, if that's the true timeline. You know what I'm saying? A millennium and a half, if not 2 millenniums. Maybe that's where these motherfuckers talk about 2,000 years BC. Before they existed, you know what I'm saying? 1,000 years for sure. If that's true in the calculation of time. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers, y'all the first ones. And you were brown, melanated. These weren't people of the Most High. Clearly somebody had a vendetta. Because you can populate areas and not fucking commit genocide. As many stories as you hear about, you know, these people letting people in on their land, I'm pretty sure these motherfuckers weren't just sitting there being barbarians and dogmatic to y'all. They were all very sophisticated. Very well put together. Whether they were in the right doing or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't need your help doing that shit. I'm pretty sure you could have been part of their lifestyle too, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, or on the same land and fucking lived in shalom. But the difference is, oh yeah, if you're not serving our devil, then you are a threat to all existence. So we're gonna kill you and all your blah 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 blah. Because then that's what they call a victory over their gods. You see what I'm saying? To prove whose so-called God is more worthy. Through destruction, Allah is a deity of destruction. That's a spirit, that's a Satan, that's a wicked spirit, that's a Malakim, a wicked one from the Shamaim that has been cast out. Azazul. Just like the 1948 motherfucking weirdos who just started a whole ass, you know, another war of their agenda. You know what I'm saying? Who are not a chosen people of anybody. Maybe of destruction and death, probably. You know, because that's clearly all that they bring around people. You know, when both of y'all motherfuckers was involved in these trades, to this day, there's nothing on this earth that is still standing, except for maybe a few things that have been preserved, over, you know, throughout time, but hidden from y'all motherfuckers, so y'all wouldn't fucking destroy everything. You know, that's why they still finding new stuff. But anyway. You know, there's nothing that's on this earth and stuff, or in this earth and stuff like that is going to side with you as if you're not guilty. We still hear the blood of our ancestors crying out. And it's just the Arab slave trade alone. You can go up there and you can look at all this type of stuff. I've done hours for years studying these things. So-called scholars and stuff that you're not going to find in the Quran and stuff that you find in more ancient texts and stuff like that, or older than the Quran, you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the third, and you just look at certain patterns, certain things, you see certain connections, and you be like, oh yeah, that's them people. That's definitely them. You want to take credit for anything and everything that ain't got shit to do with you. You didn't accomplish shit. Everybody else did. We the ones who've been doing the work, motherfuckers. Don't y'all want y'all freedom from that bullshit? You keep following Allah. Allah gonna lead you straight to nothing but destruction. I guarantee it. That's all He can offer. Because Allah itself is an imprisoned spirit. A tormented spirit. Some of y'all who was really truly seeking the Most High, you calling Him Allah, and His name is not Allah. Y'all know that was an Igbo deity that came from the Africas, so to speak. That's one of the things that my people was many of my people were banished out of their lands through the slave trades was for. But I can't even say they're being banished out of land through the slave trade because of that either all the way. Because you got whole books where people just saying they just did it because they felt like those people that was on the lands were barbarians. They couldn't think for themselves. They couldn't do anything. They just wanted that land so their own race could survive. Because their races were about to be extinct. White people would have been extinct a long time ago. Vitiligo is the truth of you. You come aboriginally from one who was melanated. Genetically, you get your whiteness from the ones that were not supposed to be in this plane. This is not their dominion. They're able to move around and stuff like that, but this is not their realm. This is not their home. They are the aliens. But all these religions are in cahoots when it comes to the higher people that know about it anyway. The higher people are really the lower people, you know, catch my drift, but they know about these worldwide lies and shit like that. Ain't no such thing as they going to the fucking moon. It's a fucking light. The fuck you gonna go to the moon? They say it's 3 days away, but that sun right there in your way. That motherfucker, it be 120 degrees. We're already hot as fuck. Especially inside of a vehicle, what the fuck? And you motherfuckers gonna put some tinfoil ass shit on and a fishbowl on your head. Where it's supposed to be oh so fucking cold. You would die immediately if you stepped out of your suit. Yeah, you're in fucking tinfoil, you motherfucker. Your whole breathing device would have fucking imploded or some shit. Ain't that what y'all show in the movies? Where the fuck all the stars, the illuminations and stuff? The luminaries, you know what I'm saying? That's where they get the Illuminati from. The illuminating of the luminaries. Where they were taught how to do this wicked shit. Make do weapons and harp and fucking 5G, fucking low Wi-Fi and hi-fi motherfucking frequencies and fucking genetically spliced shit. Fucking mRNA splicing CRISPR-Cas9. What the fuck? Who the fuck thinks about some shit like that? These motherfuckers been splicing for like a long, over 500 years. They got shit over in Antarctica that nobody here is really prepared for. That shit coming out the waters, all that shit. They making bases under there, they killing shit under there and hiding it from people. They found fucking bones of giants. Motherfucking a lot of these flat plateaus that look like mountains and shit is actually big ass giant fucking tree stumps. What the fuck? The Smithsonian covers up the stuff about the giant bones that was found over here in these lands and over there, and look at the maps. All the cartographers, all the way ancient maps. Pictures of giant sea monsters. Where the fuck you getting that shit from? Because somebody done seen and experienced some shit. And people still experiencing and seeing that shit to this day. Motherfuckers experiencing poltergeists and wicked spirits fucking troubling them because wicked spirits come through battle and do wickedness upon the earth. Duh. It's the Book of Enoch type stuff. I don't trust the magic Enoch because, you know, motherfuckers have had their hands on all kinds of shit, so. What's the point, man? Like, healing your life. Like, we have so much more. Is that we can relate in right ways if we chose to. And take that anger and transmute it into something else. You feel me? But we have to be in one agreement, not forcing each other into it. You gotta make that choice for you and for your generations. How many generations of this broken shit you want to go through? How many of these generations are wanting to be a good wife? But you can't let go of the streets you want to go through. Don't you want to fucking finally settle down with somebody who will really like appreciate you? Not for you to manipulate to get what you want, or to seduce, or to be sneaky behind his back when he's not around, or when he's there fucking around with other people. Fucking your children's hearts up. Destroy their hope of a mom and a dad and a real family because you can't control yourself. You don't know how to be a mama? Acknowledge that shit. Find a way to go somewhere where you can learn how to be one. Put yourself in those positions willingly to learn from somebody. I'm not saying do crazy shit to be in a bad fucked up position. I'm saying like go sit down with some elders and fucking just shut the fuck up for a minute. Men and women of whatever creed kind you are, and go learn. Don't learn from these motherfuckers that's just always fucking gossiping and shit, looking for attention. Can't nobody tell them how to do nothing. They ain't never wrong. Well, my daddy worked 6 jobs. And you proud of that shit? You dumb motherfucker. You turn away somebody who was really sent for you. You couldn't recognize if it was in front of you. And years later, you're gonna be regretting it because you're gonna think about that same one that you met a long time ago. Like, damn, you done fucked up. You done fucked around and you found out. Men have done the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And we don't have to relive that stuff. I don't have all the answers, but I'm looking at this stuff like, yo, clearly there's an answer. And y'all motherfuckers better start spitting it out. These so-called elitists, you're not fucking elite anything. Maybe that's just what their race is called, is elite. Maybe, I don't know. Just a thought. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I can't put my whole trust in a book, in some writings. Because something has to make sense in them writings when shit don't make sense. Like, you got somebody make it make sense. There's no way you're gonna sit there and tell me that, you know, this group is specifically wrong, but everybody else is right, but everybody else is wrong, but they're specifically right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wait a minute, what about all this mixed shit in between? You got all these other people that's been in slavery too. Maybe that's just something these motherfuckers, like, there's just the kinds of creatures that just are about that slavery shit. That's just who the fuck they are, and they're the motherfuckers who's fucked up and fucked everybody else up and confused. You know what I'm saying? You got these groups of people that make angels look they're all European-like and blonde hair or red hair or brown hair or black hair, but with wings. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that I done seen that don't look nothing close to that. Like none, not even nowhere close. Like this type of shit that make you shake in your flesh type stuff. Like, hold up. The fuck is that? Like, somebody explain this! Type stuff. Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's not what we experience when we go through a lot of the experiences we've had. Life, you know what I'm saying? Life, near-death experiences, or maybe it was a death experience and something y'all just be like, you know what I'm saying? Most I was like, yo, it ain't not like that. It's not like that. You ain't going out like that. I got something for you to do. You know what I'm saying? Some writing got to be right if there's all these so-called chosen people. The Watchtower Society is a society of pedophiles and traffickers. Just like the majority of the Mormons who've enslaved people. Oh yeah, a lot of people don't talk about the Mormons. These motherfuckers own a whole motherfucking, they own the majority of slave records in what we call America. They own all the shit, sins and shit and all type of shit in Utah. Get the fuck out of here. And that's supposed to be one of the places that's supposed to be named Utah. You know? People still think the English is fuck it is, man. It's a Morse code. It's a traffic language. It's gibberish. They talking about way of the water, the people's avatars, and blah blah blah, none of that. Well, I mean, there's all kinds of mutants and shit. You know, FBI is all into shit like that. Area 50 and 51 and all that shit. You know, they got levels. They got like fucking, what is it, like floors of shit. This whole fucking, I'm telling you, it's a whole other world beneath our feet. Rainforests and all kinds of shit. Tunnels and cities and fucking all kinds of shit. Look it up. There's more than just fucking Islam. Get the fuck out of here with that. There's more than Christianity. Get the fuck out of here with that. There's more than just Judaism. Get the fuck out of here with that. There's more than just being fucking satanic. Get the fuck out of here with that. You dig? Like real shit though. There's a video I encourage any and everybody to go look at on your own time. Because go check out videos about human trafficking. just to get a broader perspective of the types of peoples that they take into mind, which is all kinds of people. They ain't never fucking stopped it. Stop fucking saying that shit. You voting for more oppression of worse kinds. I think that movie Lightyear was talking about these weirdos that's going on with stuff now, with that, with that iron dome, but with a laser field. Like everything else was gone but them. And then they got this genocide plan, through the DNA and shit like that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? What is it about the DNA? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should question that shit. Mercy. I know that's one of mine. It is. I think it's one here. It's not this specific video, but... Many people have murderous genes because that's what the fuck they part of that those fallen kinds, those cursed kinds. These motherfuckers right here.
One thing you need to do before you buy anything online. Right, don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Are you worried that you aren't getting the best deals when shopping online? Tired of searching for coupon codes just for them not to work? What if I told you that there was a guaranteed way of knowing that you will get the best deals and codes automatically applied at checkout at all your favorite stores like Amazon and Target? Don't believe me? Keep watching. Over 10 million people just like you have saved more than $800 million using this free tool in the last year. What is it? 100% free browser extension that gives you 3 ways to save big.
One of the main words that they use.
Number one,
even this symbol, this
find better prices on Amazon. Here I am on Amazon looking for a new coffee maker. I tend to drink single cups over pots, so I'll go with this Amazon bestseller.
They use this word in porn all the time. Cock.
Plus tax.
I don't want Koch brothers got anything to do with that, which I'm pretty sure that they do, because
shows me there's a better deal with another seller on Amazon.
This dude had a whole lingerie shops, and he had his cut in the pornography business too, along with UF.
No more wasting time searching for coupon codes. I've been shopping for a patio set for a while, and I came across this one. It looks like there are a few coupon codes to try.
Rothschild and shit like that.
And it automatically applies the codes for me, so I don't have to. And boom, just like that, it saved me $155. Number 3.
Shut the fuck up,
man. Rewards. Here I am just shopping for some new shoes when the tool popped up.
Oh my goodness. You gotta let me sit there and listen to this weirdo speak.
That's so sweet. That's free money right back in my pocket. Just click here to download it. Just click, done. That's it. Simple. It takes all of...
Fucking finally. The fuck? Man. Anyway. Hey, you gotta study about the Indians that was in these lands too, man. You learn a whole lot. There's a bunch of connections between over there. They call what they call Africa and people over here. We're really more of one people than not. Deep. They was already trading and coming back over here and this, that, and the third, and intermingling.
We start talking about
the fake alien attack. That's all holograms and shit.
We start talking about
they're gonna use holograms and all that type of shit, but they're gonna bring stuff that we don't know about like that, or they think we don't know about and stuff like that.
The more insecure
underground
white men become, the more they feel a need
out these dumbs and shit at random ass places to make it seem like it just fucking came out of nowhere. They're hidden locations, what they call federal property, which is not their fucking property.
They really do. They want us here.
Motherfuckers are
they
tyrants.
Love us, not in the sense that they respect us or want to treat us fairly.
That ain't all the videos.
They love us the way a master loves his dog.
And there's a big difference between being a slave and being enslaved. Okay, enslaved is mental. Okay, slave is physical.
If you look at Black America and you look at black men and put them in 2 categories, there are those who are popular, and then those who are great.
Racism is the raping of a continent.
Here it is.
Of a humanity
I got it.
Of materials and resources, and using them to enrich yourself and validating that for the rest of time.
Any black man who stands for his people, any black man who is against the white supremacist structure and is willing to stand by any means against any threats, is indeed going to be considered a terrorist.
Because as long as African people were in charge of the planet, there was harmony. There was no wars between China, Japan, the American Indians, the Carib. As long as we were in control, there was harmony on the planet Earth.
And it's crazy how they tricked everybody too. Like, you got brown people educated and stuff like this, but they ain't tell nothing about, you know what I'm saying, out of slave trade and out of being brown and all that type of stuff and the shit that they did.
Because what do? You
feel me?
change the name of God.
But then again, it talks about specific peoples who did this shit.
Their culture.
There's a bitterness and an anger towards black people for not allowing themselves to remain in slavery so white people can feel privileged.
Yeah, when they talking about this type of shit, you gonna find all kind of stuff. Like you go through a couple of her posts and stuff like that she was talking about, especially dealing with this shit.
The most powerful religion.
She said some real deep stuff, and I'm trying to look for the specific video, man, because it's two specific videos I was looking at that I was like, yeah. She's saying some stuff that a lot of people, they're just going right past them. They're not even fucking hearing it for real. But all these videos on this type of shit, you start really seeing some stuff.
There is a painting, an
illustration. You know what I'm saying? This one is one of them.
1400s. Moses defeating the Moors.
They work together. They're the same fucking people.
African people who are the Moors.
That's why they're allies. Come on, man. Those motherfuckers are literally the same fucking bloodlines.
And the reason why they named the painting Moses defeating the Moors is because the Europeans at the time, when they were going through the Inquisition,
like
when they were going
mouse.
through the Reconquista, when they were getting the Africans called the Moors out of Europe, they had a religious undertone. And what they would do, they would draw stories from the Bible and tie that into their current struggle. And that's
these
one of the
motherfuckers
things
have
that
usurped so many people's lands and shit.
Religious undertone to it.
The Africans that originally came out of the Moors came out of North Africa, out of the area that's known as Morocco. Ruled that area called the Iberian Peninsula for centuries. And it's interesting because
they be starting
what
this
most
shit.
People don't realize is that the Moors had brought to Western Europe before
I'm just saying these nations
developed the technologies to do a lot
it's
of
the
things
result.
that
Even them, they got they
when
don't
the
worry about
Moors
it.
had
These
been defeated in 1492.
They just don't. They know.
The Moors, they
and that's why they
had
act the way they do. That's the fear tactic is an act because they fear.
A lot of the technology, the science,
they fear
irrigation.
It is a really fearful people.
To develop these
anybody
lands.
having anything greater than them or being able to become as great as them,
the challenge,
you know what I'm saying, or close to them. They're not even fucking great. They're great wickedness, but that's it. That's not even proud.
Evidence of about 150 Moorish
I'm saying, who the fuck just out of nowhere just thinks
still
shit
there in Spain. And
the real question is, what the fuck really sparked this shit? Because these motherfuckers ain't never liked each other.
This was a
and because their shit was like,
it was originally a Moorish one, and they'll tell you when it was Moorish and then when it became Christian.
I already knew this
the
shit.
The churches in Spain.
I've been hip to this.
They will tell
and
you
one of the names to look for.
And which
it's SEERS, Sears.
The Moors then, when they came into Europe,
and you know they poisoned the waters and shit, the train derailments and shit, poisoning the farms and shit, taking that shit underground, creating an economic crisis. And on top of this shit, you know what I'm saying? This is a mass extermination.
Hostile environment. They had to go under.
World War III is a war that most people don't ever see how the fuck it's really gonna be, because they're only looking for shit that's blowing up and shit like that.
They found that this information
and tanks on the ground and shit.
Reinterpret the history of the world.
This is a fucking weapon that they're doing. This is weaponized shit. These are wicked creatures. These are not motherfucking mankind. Who the fuck? What the fuck, bro?
What we now call today secret societies, or more specifically,
and people sit back like, oh, that shit's for cool.
Those secrets were the ancient educational knowledge that had been developed in Africa thousands of years earlier.
Islam will rise up in the course of history by the 6th century, will cut off Europe from world trade by dominating North Africa.
Either way, I don't give a fuck. The point is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, Asia, I like how she does something. Sometimes on a few videos I've seen, you know, whatever, and that's what kind of like this channel is about, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, but whatever.
Depression
you know what I'm saying? The point is, this shit is not right. But they, you know, this what the fuck is done to other people.
They break out with a vengeance.
And now your own kind is under this shit. You see what I'm saying? These are Europeans, these are Spanish people.
Comes in the 1400s.
These are Christian Catholics.
With the Portuguese. And they will wreak vengeance on
all
the rest
these
of the world to
motherfuckers.
Control trade.
They work with the Arabs, they use the Arabs. Arabs work with them and the Arabs use them too. Can you have my spoon, please, and thank you? From upstairs. Dalu. We gotta figure out something else to eat in a minute too. You know, I'm not here for people to like me. I'm here like, yo.
is broke, but I wasn't trying to do that one right now. Oh. This is perfect for the timing, though. Beside you, there is no other savior. People looking for a man to come save them. The man ain't. What man gonna save you? You need something beyond mankind that can really bring you out of that shit. All this shit that we've been going through, no man can do that on his own. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. But go look at Napoleon and Leopold the first and third, and first, second, third, fourth Reich and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? All these wars and shit. Like, cause y'all motherfuckers greedy than a motherfucker. The zombies of Rwanda. What is it?
We start talking about discrimination. We start talking about segregation. We start talking about Jim Crow. We start talking about apartheid. We start talking about
shit. All the fucking Holocaust.
These are all symptoms of white supremacy.
The Indian Holocaust and shit.
Men become, the more
the Tenants Act, the Land Act, the Urban Development Housing Renewal Act, you know what I'm saying? Like all the fucking fines and shit, you know what I'm saying? This is all the Romans and Grecians and Spanish people and shit.
They want us here.
These are Christians.
Not in the sense that they respect us or want to treat us
Freemasons.
But they love us the way a master loves his dog.
And there's a big difference between
talking about free builders
and being enslaved.
Stupid motherfuckers.
Okay, enslaved is mental. Okay, slave is physical.
If you look at black America and you look at black men and put them in two categories, there are those who are popular and then those who are great.
Racism is the raping of a continent, of a humanity of people, of materials and resources, and using them to enrich yourself and validating that for the rest of time.
Any black man who stands for his people, any black man who is against the white supremacist structure and is willing to stand by any means against any threats is indeed going to be considered a terrorist.
Because as long as African people were in charge of the planet, there was harmony. There was no wars between China, Japan, the American Indians, the Carib. As long as we were in control, there was harmony on the planet.
And they get angry at people like us when we speak out. You know what I'm saying? And they the fucking terrorists.
It's not the Africans that got
off. Motherfuckers going around terrorizing people and shit.
You're actually
pirating and
their
shit.
God.
Fucking priests with the cross and shit, man. Fucking Muslims.
You change the name of God once you change their
black fucking Saturnalia block. Like there's, I got videos of evidence on that stuff. Go watch my videos.
Not allowing themselves to remain.
Go watch my videos.
So white
go watch the lives and all that.
Supremacy is the only
Blood Covenant series and all the shit, all the extra stuff that's on there, and all my lives and stuff. Like I be breaking. Look here, man.
Powerful religion on the planet.
Well, we've already, thanks be to y'all, exposed all this stuff, all of it. Riddles and stone, secret architecture, Washington, D.C., you name it, man. This is not no motherfucking game.
At the Getty Museum out here in Los Angeles, there is a painting, an illustration from the 1400s, Moses defeating the Moors. And in the illustration, you see African people who are the Moors in Europe ruling. They're in a castle and they're battling white Europeans. And the reason why they named the painting Moses defeating the Moors is because the Europeans at the time, when they were going through the Inquisition, when they were going through the Reconquista, when they were getting the Africans called the Moors out of Europe, they had a religious undertone. And what they would do, they would draw stories from the Bible and tie that into their current struggle. And that's one of the things that gave them so much momentum. There was a religious
everything's changing
to it.
The Africans in Europe originally came out of the Moors, came out of North Africa, out of the area that's known as Morocco. Ruled that area called the Iberian Peninsula for centuries. And it's interesting because what most people don't realize is that the Moors had brought to Western Europe, before Europe even had developed the technologies to do a lot of the things that they had done. And when the Moors had been defeated in 1492, that expulsion of the Moors, they had moved into areas that were now considered Western Europe. But they brought with them a lot of the technology, the science, the astronomy, irrigation for being able to develop these lands. And that got erased out of history altogether. And I think that's part of the challenge now, is to put that knowledge back into the mainstream so that people understand who the Moors really were.
There's evidence of about 150 Moorish castles that are still there in Spain. And if you go to those castles, they will have a bilingual description where they will tell you this was a Christian castle, but it was originally a Moorish one, and they'll tell you when it was Moorish and then when it became Christian. The churches in Spain were originally mosques. They will tell you the period where they were originally mosques and which period they became churches.
The Moors then, when they came into Europe, they had already had elements of ancient African wisdom, which allowed them to advance in ways that the Europeans had never imagined. And so in order to survive in this hostile environment, they had to go underground. The same thing happened with the Europeans, who also were close to the Moors and other Arabs who had pieces of this knowledge. They found that this information allowed them to reinterpret the history of the world, the science of the world, and that conflicted with Christians, specifically the Roman Catholic Church. So they also had to ban those people, and that led to the development of what we now call today secret societies, or more specifically, societies of secrets. And those secrets were the ancient educational knowledge that had been developed in Africa thousands of years earlier.
Islam will rise up in the course of history. By the 6th century, will cut off Europe from world trade by dominating North Africa and the Middle East. Europe was cut off totally from Asia, India, and Africa in terms of trade and access to wealth. So Europe would plunge into what we call the Dark Ages. But it was an economic depression that led to a complete breakdown of society. When they break out of that, they break out with a vengeance that we will never, ever again be in this situation. That breakout comes in the 1400s with the Portuguese. And they will wreak vengeance on the rest of the world to control trade routes, economic territories. Where is the wheat grown? Where is the gold? Where is the barley? We will get control of these things because we will never be caught in the Dark Ages again.
In Cuba, they have a Spanish dish. It's called Moros y Cristianos, which means Moors and Christians. And this dish consists of white rice, which is the white Christians, and black beans, which represents the black Moors. So this theme of a racial battle disguised as a religious battle, that's still in popular culture today.
When you conquer a civilization, you're actually conquering their God. Because what do? You change the name of God. Once you change.
Yo. What the fuck is this talking about? And I haven't watched this in so long. I was just going. But anyway, man, look here, bro.
Their religion. Once you change their culture. So the name of God is based upon how you create God. In other words, my perception of God now rules.
It's initially about greed, but it's about greed coming from a culture. European culture has always been a war culture. Going back as far as you can go back to the farthest Germanic tribe, to the Vikings, the culture has been based on dominance, destruction, and death. And if you can carry that out against another people, you were the victim. They did not have a religious concept where the value of human lives was significant in the way Africa and Asia put human life first and dominance second.
The oldest human beings on this planet came from Africa. And as these Africans migrated out of Africa and traveled northward, they would...
Migrated. You mean before the time of the Arab slaves? Trading?
Trapped behind a wall of ice during the Wormian Ice Age 40,000 years ago, and through the process of speciation, they lost their melanin, became so-called European or Caucasian. But the other thing that's not often talked about is in losing the melanin, they also lost this quality that we refer to as the soul, this substance that civilizes you, helps you to see your fellow human being as a fellow human being. So now with the absence of this civilizing molecule, this civilizing substance, if you will, they saw people as objects to be found, discovered, controlled, manipulated, and wiped out if necessary, in order to ensure your survival. So that is the driving force, and that's the major difference between the two groups of people.
Neely Fuller came out with a book called The Compensatory Code Concept, which he introduced the idea of white supremacy being a religion. And by saying that white supremacy is a religion, that means that it's a belief that's backed up by power, that's backed up by action, and that action and power negatively affects people who are of melanated descent.
The relationship between black and white Americans, it's almost like an abusive marriage where each partner needs the other one. You know, a husband that beats his wife, sometimes he may love his wife. He don't want her to leave. He wants her to stay in the relationship and keep getting beat. You know, and she may also be codependent as well and really love her husband, be more loyal than a woman who's being treated well down the street. Why? Because she knows, in her mind, she knows her place. And her place is not one of dominance, it's one of subjugation.
The genetic signature and the mind of the genetics has the will to continue, and that it becomes strongest when puberty hits. The will to continue to procreate becomes so strong that you would kill for it. So the genetics of a man who, in his mind, fears the death of that thing that makes him unique, he will become as vicious as necessary to save and preserve that.
Well, Cheikh Anta Diop teaches us about the sun people and the ice people. So what gave them the momentum is psychological disposition that came out of that ice age. So for sun people, African people, what was their psychological disposition? Living in the warmth, very little clothing, could just go outside and pick a fruit, as Dr. Ben would say, because there was this abundance. Whereas for ice people living in the caves and hills through the ice age, developing that disposition, the first thing they had to go out and do is kill.
Imagine if a group of battle-hardened soldiers from Vietnam who've been in Nam for 10 years, walked into a church where everybody's loving and hugging and being peaceful. Who's gonna win that battle? Who's gonna eventually dominate that church? The soldiers are, because they're gonna come with weapons. They're ready to fight. They've gone through hell. They've
You ever heard of the Iroquois Indians? Society of Jesus right here. This is the Savior y'all looking for. It's the Savior y'all looking for. And everybody else that's opposed to him is the Antichrist. And y'all the Antichrist y'all looking for. Man. These motherfuckers have been fucking banished from all kind of places. That's probably why they fucking underground.
got battle tactics in hand. The people in the church may not even know they're in a war. That's what I see when I look at Europeans versus the rest of the world. Europeans have treated the world horrifically. We know that. What they've done in Africa, in South America, North America, etc. But if you keep going further back, you look at how they treated each other, it's astonishing. I mean, they basically had about 1,000 years of complete ignorance, savagery, self-destruction, community destruction.
We also got to be very clear about the terms we use, because when I use the term white supremacy or white supremacist, that's not to say that all white people are racist or all white people are white supremacists. That's incorrect. But the people who do choose to practice white supremacy are more powerful than the ones who are not. And a white supremacist is someone who believes through speech, thought, or action that they should be in a superior position over people who are non-white.
When you're constantly at war, your battle tactics are going to be stronger. You're going to have more weapons and more advanced weapons. So they then take this this ideology, as well as this weaponry, as well as this skill set into the world, and they go to places where resources are plentiful. So you're not fighting for territory necessarily in Africa or in North America. Native Americans really were not big on the idea of even trying to own land. Like, no, the land is here. The land's for everybody. The buffalo, there's plenty of buffalo. Just kill what you need, right? So you've got people kind of with this mindset that's not prepared for this sort of, savage, battle-hardened mentality. So it's really easy prey for the Europeans.
Well, as it relates to domination on a physical level, as it relates to torture, murder, mayhem, as it pertains to a society that has no order and arrangement, then they would have some form. If you look at the word dominance, they would have the word dominance. The question is, as it relates to honor, integrity, and dignity, is that the type of dominance that you want? If you want to create the type of society that inbred is about to implode on itself because of the nature of the conditions you've put on people, then you would have to use the word dominant, and I would use the word dominant. But if you're looking for the society that I believe is balanced within the forces of nature, then they are not dominant. In fact, they are inferior to the fact, because eventually nature is going to take back what they attempted to steal. You cannot cancel the future. You can only postpone it.
Now, what he just said, is exactly what's going on over there in Palestine in 1948. And Palestinians want their land back. In 1948, it's like, nah, you ain't never getting it back. They don't want to give all the stuff they've stolen from them either. And other lands. So that's when they like to go to war on people. Because when people are rising up, they'll be like, nah, I want my stuff back. And they're like, no. So you can't talk about world peace, because that would involve them motherfuckers. The only way to have peace is for them motherfuckers to not be in this earth. Flat the fuck out. So I don't get angry with people when they talk about they hate them, because I hate them too. I don't like anybody who's like that. But the Muslim, many of the Arab nations, peoples, their religion has the same mindset as these morons. It's no different. So we're talking about, let's reason and come to an agreement on one accord. You have to expose the foolishness and the real truth. And you have to make a choice. Are you going to abandon the foolishness and the wickedness for what's right? Or are you going to stay with the wickedness and perish with it? You dig? Now, mind you, I named the Italians. Then we got Germans, those and Romans, Prussians,